What's up guys? Today we're gonna walk through how you can take the BKB Voyager remote so you can install it on your Vesk wheel and do cool things like this. So today we're gonna show you how you can install an e-skate remote to go ahead and control the tilt, and you can even control and make your Onewheel a nice little robot. I don't know if you can see that down there or not, but my board's going a little crazy right now. So you can take this remote and be able to have the functionality and control, which really unlocks the abilities while you're on the trails or you're going with maybe some vert ramps and you want to be able to not have that nose dip. You can really control that using one of these. And it's a pretty simple installation. So today we're going to take apart this board. We're going to show you how simple it is. We are using the BKB Voyager remote, which you can still find and get on sale for like 30 bucks or so. But yeah, we're going to take this board apart and show you how easy it is to install. One of the first things you're gonna have to do is get your foot pad off, because we're gonna have to be able to get to our controller box. So there's just a 7-port pin out that you're gonna install in the little Fokker. Very simple, but you're gonna have to open up your controller box to get to it. So first step, make sure you get your controller box out. Voila. Okay, box is open. Probably good enough to go stuff that thing in there. So you're gonna get 2 cables with the BKB Voyager. You'll get 2 of these 7-pin connectors, and the easiest way I remember is you wanna make sure you have the shorter one that's gonna go in the little Fokker, not the one that's longer, or you can spend the time counting these. But the shorter one is the one that goes in the Fokker, and then what we do is we reverse these 2 wires, the yellow and green ones. We're gonna flip those. You just take a little razor blade, pop that out, flip those 2, and then just push it right back in. It's good to go. So the easiest way to do this is after you've got that apart, what you can do is you can secure it. Now the BKB Voyager remote does come with this nice little 3D enclosure. You'll probably want to use some hot glue eventually. The way that I secure it in the box, I kind of have it butted against the side plastic so it won't come back out of this little fitting. But this has like a little piece of the 3M sticky, so it'll stay closed down. But eventually you'll probably want to actually use some hot glue to secure that in there. So if you're in your box, you're already doing it, but you might want to verify everything works first before you start gluing things down. Just fits nicely in there like that, but as you can see, it will come out. So put a little dab of glue up in there just to make sure it doesn't go anywhere.
Oh yeah, I see that. That's beautiful.
So before you actually go and install, just make sure that you do check and verify, make sure you don't have any bent pins for some reason. The last thing you want to do is try and shove that up there if you got a bent pin. So I'm going to try to bend this back a little bit, and we'll get this thing on the road. Now Taylor needs to document it when I break his Onewheel. There we go. Good as used. Good as used. Exactly. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this up in here like so. Put this around the right way. So now what I'm gonna do is just find a nice little spot in my enclosure to put this. What I personally did on mine, so after I got this in, I just tucked the cables nicely and I put it so that the cables were like this, and I tucked it against the edge. That way this wouldn't rattle around. So kind of before I stick it down, just so you can see, I put mine just like that. Tuck these cables back right in here, which is what I'm gonna do, and then stick it right on right there. I don't know if that's the right way to do it or not. I'm not a professional. Please go talk with your E-Ride Repair Network. And there it is, good as used. I'm gonna screw this thing back together and pretend like I know how to do the rest. All right, so in total install time, depending on how skilled you are, if you're with hand tools, you're probably like 30, 40 minutes to get this thing up and running. After this, we're gonna input some data. I'll walk you through exactly what goes into the Onewheel with a stock battery and your standard size hub. We'll walk through the settings and how that puts together. But beyond that, you configure the remote and it's pretty much set to go after you move some things in the float configuration tab in your Vesk tool. So once we're in the application, we're gonna go over to our float configuration tab. Under the folders and the tabs, we're gonna go to remote. We're gonna make sure the remote type is UART, because that's the type of remote this is. So I think it's actually already set up. We'll go into the float config tab, we'll make sure that this is set, write it to our board, and let's give it a quick try to see if it actually does work. All right, so the remote has gone ahead and configured.
Here, please allow me, sir.
Allow.
We have remote tilt.
So it's easy as that. Now, the next thing you want to, if you want to be able to actually control your board, what you'll do is that's under the same settings. So under the flow config tab, Taylor, if you got your phone, real quick. On the actual application, what we'll do is we'll go over to our flow config, we'll make sure we're under remote, we're gonna scroll to the bottom, and what we have here is throttle current maximum. So starting out, just set this to like 6 amps to see what that's like. Go ahead and set it to 6, write it. After it's done, it'll write, and then you can control your board. Maybe. There you go.
Oh, there we go. That was weird.
And now you have a remote control on your board. That's how you install the tilt remote on your little Fokker. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and we'll keep on bringing you more badass content in the future. Peace!